Hi guys, it's Marcus here from MW Coaching. I'm going to do a daily bit of a vlog this week because it's my show on Saturday. So I've been prepping me on and off all year, but for this show, it's in Watford. It's the Two Bros British Finals and I am 6 days out. It is Sunday today and the show is next Saturday. So I'm going to go day by day what we're going to do. But to recap, obviously I've been dieting down for a number of weeks. I think I started at around 86 kilos and today I'm 77.9. Why that's important is because my category is under 80 kilos. So I have to weigh under 80 kilos on a day to be able to fit into my class. So obviously that's a consideration. Okay, so I have been, for the last week, I have been on around 2,000 calories, 160 grams of carbs. And for that week, I was on 80 minutes cardio. I had a cheat meal, would be 8 days ago. And I've done that at least once every week, right the way through this prep, sometimes twice. But this weekend, my coach said not to have one. Makes sense as I got the show next week. So, I'm going to start and document kind of what we're going to do this week. So, yesterday was my last leg session of the prep. And generally, for people who don't know, you generally stop training legs about a week out from the show to make sure your legs are well rested and all the detail comes through and they're not inflamed. So, I did my last leg session yesterday. I am checking in with Jace, my coach, pretty much. I checked in yesterday and I'll be checking in tomorrow. So pretty much, I think we're going to check in. Yesterday we did, Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm going to see him face-to-face Thursday because I'll be up in Watford and obviously be there Friday and Saturday as well. So the only change this week, so I'm on 2,000 calories at the moment, 160 grams of carbs. My carbs come from cream of rice, crumpets, and rice, or sometimes rice cakes, dependent. And yeah, the only change today with the check-in, I think Jace seemed happy. I think, not that my opinion matters, I just leave it to Jace. But I think I'm looking in a decent spot. He has halved my cardio. So it was quite nice. I got up this morning. I do a mixture of the treadmill and the Stairmaster. And just as I was about to leave to go and use the Stairmaster, Jace told me, instead of 80 minutes, I've got to do 40 minutes. That was really nice. So I trained as well this morning. I trained back, did some photos, and yeah, that's where we're at the moment. So supplementation wise, again, I won't go into too much more detail. That's something maybe in the future I'm going to talk a bit more openly about, but supplementation is still all in. However, that'll be reduced on Tuesday. I'm currently off work, my day job at the moment. Obviously, I've got a lot of coaching clients and today is manic with check-ins. So I'm off work tomorrow. So I'll check in with Jace tomorrow and see what the plan is. I think the key thing, and of course, I'm being coached here. So in the end, I just listen to what Jace tells me. But obviously, I coach people. I've got 5 people now. I'm getting ready for shows later than mine. Where I can talk about my prep, at the end of the day, I've got to be clear on that. Jace is the one is coaching my prep. And even though we have a discussion, and obviously, it's not just he says I do, that's how he would do it. So, but generally, in terms of how I coach clients for, they call it peak week. I don't like to call it that, but call it peak week because that's what most people do, the week of the show. I like to think, and in my experience, and I've worked with obviously Rob LRF and now with Jace, is the fewer things you can change in peak week, the better. I just think whatever's got you in shape, it's just going to keep you in shape. And I think sometimes I've seen people try to gain a 2% improvement in the show week and end up with a 20% drop. I think they can try to do too many things. They try and be too clever. They throw in all these different things they haven't done for months and kind of hope for the best. And I think sometimes coaches can mistake. They think their value in their coaching is defined by how much they do. So they're changing things every day and throwing new things and having all these weird and wonderful methods that they're coaching people a lot, and they're really clever and everything. the fact is, if you think about it, in an ideal world, you don't have to change anything. You know, outside of the obvious, if you don't have to change anything, then clearly something's working. And I think a lot of competitors would benefit from just dieting for another week. Now, my understanding from Jason, how I generally, with clients, all being well, you know, you will have a carb up of sorts, which just means an increase in carbohydrates. You know, and when you do that, it's up to you. Obviously, I have to consider that I have to make weight. Now, I'm well underweight. I haven't been this light in years, so that's not a consideration, where traditionally I've always struggled a bit to make 80 kilos, and I've certainly, the last few preps, have never been dieted under 80 kilos, you know, so it's nice to have that room, and I think that hopefully, and I never assume anything, and that gives us a tiny bit more leeway in terms of carving up based on, you know, carving up based on how you look, you know, rather than, you know, I'm to consider about my weight. So obviously when I compete at height classes, you know, you can just literally plot your food according to how you look. Well, obviously, because I'm trying to make weight, and I got to be mindful I've got to make weight, it's not as simple as that when you're competing at weight and if you're tied to the weight class. But thankfully, I'm not tied to the weight class now, which is quite nice. So yeah, that's my thoughts today. So like I said, it's Sunday today. I've already trained. My cardio's got halved. I'm going to have a haircut tomorrow, so it's quite good. And, you know, in terms of how I feel, I keep saying to the people close to me, you know, I spend most of my time with, that I've never felt like this close to a show, in terms of I feel normal. You know, even my sleep is fine. You know, it's like, you know, I can't think I'm still training as normal, and that's normally, you know, down the pan by now, and you just kind of dialing it down, you know, phoning it in. And yeah, I feel great. You know, so I cannot complain at all. In fact, I feel so good, it's started making me think about doing a later show, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be one and done. I'm going to do this show Saturday. I'm going to give it my best. I think, and fingers crossed, according to feedback of Jace, in terms of, I trust him, and also in terms of what I've seen previously, having done, you know, obviously nearly 15 shows. I think, all being well, this could be my best ever. And that's always been my goal. And that really excites me, and it's really motivating me, and it's really pushing me these last couple of days. But truth be told, I think largely this prep, it's not only Jace's approach, which I think has been a massive help in terms of just eating more, but also the lack of external stress, the lack of non-bodybuilding stress, in terms of my business, alleviating any financial worries, in terms of the success of the business. The fact I'm much happier in my personal life, you know, I bought a house that I'm going to move into after the show. You know, I sorted lots of things regarding access to my children. You know, life is good. And I think that ultimately plays a massive role. Stress management, as I've spoken about in a previous video. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'll update every day this week. If anyone has any questions about my prep and wants to know anything in particular, feel free to DM me or comment. And yeah, all being well, I think we're on to a good thing, yeah?